Hi there, Alex. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Hi, Matt. You all right?
Yes, very well, thank you. Thanks for giving me a moment. Really, just to
That's all
talk
right.
about endpoint detection and response, which
Okay.
is the conversation today. So just, Alex, give me a bit of background to the thinking in the way that the service evolved and was developed.
Yeah, sure. So we've got the managed detection and response service at the moment, which is more the eyes and ears into the network. What we saw was obviously you've got advanced threats that are out there developing all the time. You've got traditional antivirus that's on most corporate networks. You've got IT teams that are there as a resource to respond to all sorts of different activities, within the business, not just one technology stack, a multitude of effectively, everything that company delivers. So what we saw was that with an endpoint detection and response service using a next gen sort of endpoint protection platform, that backed by a dedicated security team, which effectively acts as like an extension to an in-house security team or an IT team. We're able to prevent, remediate, and stop attacks that effectively could take an organization out of the game. It could take down their critical systems, the way they operate with their end customers, internal applications, everything that could be affected from the attack. So working on all the challenges that organizations face today, an EDR solution and service was kind of a no-brainer for us to move into from a managed SOC perspective.
Okay, and what can EDR detect and respond to that traditional antivirus solutions can't?
Yeah, so where you sort of traditional antivirus is heavily based on signatures, updates, and configuring sort of scans, on demand access scans, things along those lines. You've got your traditional detection vectors that you normally would do with traditional AV. That's obviously baked into the product, but you've also got an advanced behavioral AI engine. So that's there, and it's monitoring from start to finish in terms of what a process is doing on the box. If there is something that's behaving slightly out of the ordinary, and really it detects the known threats, but it also looks at unknown threats, and by tracking its behavior, the interactions it has with other applications and systems, registry keys, etc. And so it can pick up on things such as new strains of ransomware and try to stop them before they even start. It can pick up on attachments that come from emails and obviously opening them and what they relate to. And it's really that having that extra layer of detection that allows the prevention engine to work so well and really protect your organization.
Okay. So how does the service work? Because it's a blend of technology and people. So
Yeah. So we usually like to workshop out key requirements with the customer. We plan and strategize around how businesses operate, so the different user groups, different needs within an organization, such as production servers or end user machines. And we workshop that out so we can define policies that allow the end users to continue with their day-to-day tasks, and we don't interfere with that. However, if something is to trigger, such as an infection or an attempt at malware, the SOC is there to respond to those attacks. So we have defined SLAs that allow us to make sure we are responding to attacks in real time. And it can be the case of an end user opens an email, downloads an attachment, runs it, goes to make a drink, and in that time, ransomware has completely encrypted his system, locked a lot of his critical files. And while he's making his drink, the SOC can actually kill the process, quarantine any files, remediate the threat in entirety from the box, and even roll back encrypted files as well. So by the time the user comes back, sits down with his drink, his coffee or whatever his choice may be, the system appears to be completely as it was as he walked away. But in that time, the SOC has reacted to the threat, remediated the threat, and rolled back all the files. So got that end user back up and running in record time, really.
okay, and so what would be the implications for the end user or his or her business if the EDR service wasn't in place?
It's a great question. I mean, there are a lot of different implications, really. Using ransomware as an example, if ransomware was to outbreak across the network, it can take a business completely offline. During that time, obviously there's damages towards brand, reputation, probably financial if you deliver services that allow a revenue stream to come into the business. There was a great article in the BBC News actually around an organisation continuing to deliver services via pen and paper, which is crazy when you think that most people are talking about migrating to cloud and moving forward with the latest technology and how it can improve performance. And something like ransomware comes along and takes you back to the effectively what would class as the Stone Age. So the implications are huge, and go completely across every walk of life within the business. Ransomware can affect everybody.
Wow. Okay, a lot to think about there.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I wish you all luck with the service. Very interesting. Thank you.
No worries. Cheers, Matt. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your time. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.